Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to talk about the top 10 LR units in DBZ Dokkan Battle right now and basically which ones I think are near the top. Now I want to preface this by saying it is an opinion. I know some people always disagree with these, but the thing is honestly I just like doing them. I don't like doing them very often. Like I don't like doing them monthly or weekly or every 5 seconds, but twice a year I like to do a nice tier list. And depending on obviously how this year goes, probably twice a year again. This one is pretty short, or relatively short after the last, mainly due to the fact that we had the anniversary earlier than ever on the global side, which I think is a very, very interesting thing. So let's talk about which units I think are the top 10 LR and LR EZA, and now I guess LR Super EZA units. And yeah, let's get down to it. So I do want to preface this by saying I'm going to immediately probably cause a big problem, because I'm going to have two number ones, Gogeta and Vegito. If I had to pick, I would say Gogeta. I like Gogeta. I like how his active works. I think that's, for me, the biggest attraction to him, how big that active skill is in terms of doing damage, augmenting support, etc, etc, etc. And I think that's huge. Obviously, Vegito, absolutely excellent, highest damage dealer in the game, massive unit, huge generation of power that he has. The only thing that I don't really like about Vegito is the fact that some of the units here don't fit under his 220% lead, but that's really about it. The next one is going to be pretty interesting. I think for a lot of players, how can I say, I think a lot of players are very, very opinionated at this point. But for me, at least when I look at the best units in the game, I think for me, in the number 2 spot, I probably would have to put, for me, at the very least, I probably would say it would have to be the, well, I guess the, number 3 spot. For me, I would have to say it's like this. I think Gogeta as an LR is pretty amazing, and foreseeing all super attacks for me is an ability that's huge. And although I value everything that the guard units do, the damage they put out, the numbers they can put up, I just think that because they're so similar in nature, the big separator is that foreseeing all super attacks. Like I said, it is huge how it affects the game, how it affects how you play, how it affects everything for you in terms of production. And I think for me, this is absolutely pivotal towards determining how good everything runs. Now, in terms of the next couple of units, I think that's where we're going to have quite a few disagreements. For me, though, SS4 Goku is, at least right now, for me, probably the unit I like running the most, personally. So outside the 7th year anniversary LRs, that Goku is someone that I think is devastatingly good. Every bit of utility that he has is just out of this world, and because of that, he just gets a place on so many top tier teams with relative ease because of that vast level of support that he can bring, that I think is huge. And I think it's something that's so pivotal towards him being able to perform at a level that I think warrants being in the top 5. And then, I'd probably say next for me, at least, would probably be Beast Gohan. Maybe. we also need Kamehameha Gohan here, because he also is absolutely clutch. Okay, there we go. So yeah, look, it's very difficult. I think once you talk about that final slot, that 5th position, you know, who's going to take that position, who's going to be an absolute beast in that position. And for me, it has to probably be either Full Power Goku, or sorry, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, or Beast Gohan. Gotenks is also in there with a shout. But yeah, I think right now, I would probably give it to Gohan. Just off the fact that the events right now take so much damage that you have to do. Like, you have to do such an insane amount of damage. And although units like Beast Gohan are amazing for their tanking ability, it's the levels of damage that you need that is truly something that's, I think personally, a huge issue overall. In terms of number 8, I definitely would give it to the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Number 7, I think I would definitely give it to Broly, although I'd probably put both Brolys there, just because of their overall synergy, their abilities, the way they work together, the teams they lead together, just the general functionality of them, I think is incredibly good. Then I'd probably say maybe this, and then I'd probably do something like this. Then we can talk about the rest. So yeah, look, Kamehameha Gohan is really good. He also fits on quite a few of the teams that have been buffed this celebration, and his reduced role to floating damage dealer or second slot damage dealer or things like that is something that I think, you know, really suits him. And yeah, overall just great stuff. So, then we get to the Brolys. Look, I've stuck them together because I think together they make a formidable combo. Defensively, still very sound. The issue they have is offense. A lot of these bosses have healing mechanics. You need to basically, yeah, just hit them like a house of cards. And yeah, it's really quite challenging to do so. So, that's why I think the Broly team fails a little bit in its kind of mindset. Then we'll have Gotenks, and then I think we'll have these 3 here, although not entirely convinced. Look, Gotenks is great, 200% Majin Buu Saga lead, incredibly strong, can avoid supers. Nothing wrong with him at all. Yeah, so yeah, I think overall really good. Vegeta, so Vegeta needs attacks to get going. The importance of dupes and additionals for him cannot be understated enough. This guy needs to put out like big work, basically. So it's very challenging. Look, we'll see what happens. Overall, I'd probably say this is where I'd lie in terms of the tier list. I think there's tons of usability here. Gohan's pretty good. This UI Goku is pretty good. I think it'll all be situational though. So like, you would bring this guy if you're not having a chance of getting locked in. You would bring this guy if evasion is not disabled. You would bring this guy, who I actually think is 10th, by the way, if you're having the issues, because he's got a quick response time. Overall, I gotta be honest, I think this is probably about as accurate as it gets. I would definitely take these guys out. But yeah, look, I think for me, definitely whenever you do a tier list, it's quite heavy. But I think for me, we got it just about right in terms of functionality and dress code, and yeah, just in general how things work out. So all in all, very happy, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing your conversations. Did I miss a unit? Do you think a unit should be higher up? Do you think that basically, it's a done deal. I'd love to hear what you think. For me, overall, I'd probably do this. I think I was pretty self-explanatory with all of them. The general consensus is if it's. I think ultimately what I can surmise my positioning in is the guarantees a unit can give you. How good is that unit going to be every single time that you use them? Is there going to be a drop off? Is there going to be a reason that unit can't perform? Is there going to be a situation where, sorry, I really have to put this guy here. I think he's very overhated, honestly. But is there going to be a reason why you don't want to use this team or this unit or anything like that? And I think, especially here, most of these guys are situational. Look, I think Janemba just misses out. I think it's largely due to the fact that this team is missing a very big damage dealer that they currently need. But I think, for me, looking at all these guys, there's situations where they're going to be amazing, but there's also situations where they're not going to be able to function. You're going to have to find a replacement. So I think all of these units are good, absolutely excellent. Like I said, the difference between these guys and the person above or below them is not huge. I think there is a clear gap between number 1 and number 2. I think that these two units are definitely the absolute apex right now of where Dokkan can be. But I think overall it is really quite good right now. So yeah, but that's it for me. See you guys next time. Bye.